everyone, and welcome to our quick video tutorial today on how to set up Monday through to Sunday rates in your Newbook system. There are 4 key areas that you need to know when it comes to creating rates. The first area in our menu search on the left is our rate types. So these are essentially the names of the different prices that you're actually advertising to your guests, and also that your staff can see when they're making a booking. Simply add a rate type in the top, enter a name, as an example, best flexible rate. You are also able to place short description info that can flow through to your Newbook online page. So this might be flexible refund options. Underneath that, we then have full description, which is more of an internal description to your staff members so they know exactly what's included in this rate as well. The next section we have underneath is the ability to actually restrict this particular rate to user profiles in Newbook. So management might be the only people that are able to book it, and so on and so forth. You also have the ability to restrict specific discounts in here as well. The third tab we also have is the ability to have Newbook automatically switch a booking over to a different general ledger account in the system based on how long the booking is actually staying. Once you're happy with that, you save, and we've now got our rate type available, so we can head into our next section, which is our rate periods. Using my menu search again, I'm going to open up my rate periods page, and this is where we're going to set the dates that our pricing is available throughout the year. As an example, I might have a low season where I charge the cheapest price and I don't have any minimum night stays. But then I also have a mid-season where we're semi-busy and I charge a little bit more, and I have a few weekend night restrictions. And then I have my peak period where, I charge the highest price for my accommodation because I know we're going to be fully booked. So in order to set those, we need to add a rate period for each one. It is important that the dates are back to back and not overlapping with these specific ones. So I'm going to add rate period for my first one. Super simple, we add a name in, as an example, low season 22. On the right, we place a color in here, and that will display on my bookings chart to easily identify when we're crossing over to a new season. We then just add our dates. So my low season this year is from October 1st till the end of October. I also know that I actually have another up and coming low season at the start of 23. So I'm going to add another date in here, and this is just going to start on the 1st of February and run until the end of Feb as well. Once I've saved this one, I've now got those dates set. I can create my next rate period. And what I need to do, I need to fill in the blanks in between those dates. So my mid-season starts on the 1st of November and goes till Christmas Eve. So I need to create that next. I can duplicate a rate period quickly at the top. So it just copies the name. All I need to do is sort of update a few details here, such as the name and the color, again, just so it's nice and clear on my bookings chart. I'm then simply going to remove the extra line, and I'm going to update the date here to say 1st of November up until the 24th of December is my mid-season. Again, if I wanted to add more dates, I simply add date on the right. Otherwise, I can save. Again, I've got the duplicate rate period where I can say peak, and in this one, again, changing that color and updating this date. So this one is going to flow on from the 24th of December, so it's going to start on the 25th and go all the way till the end of January, and simply save. So now I've got all of my date ranges within here, and if I have a quick look at my rate periods page, you'll be able to see them nice and neatly listed here. The third step is where we go to set up our actual rates. So this is where we want to default as much as possible about what is included in that pricing. So what you charge per night, what the deposit rules are for payment, cancellation fees, and so on. So in the menu, I'm heading over to my rates page. This will display a list of any existing rates that you've used previously. To create a new one, simply add rate in the top. It is really important that when we are creating our rates and our rate periods that we have a really specific naming convention. As an example, we want all areas to tie together. So when I'm creating my rate name, I want to incorporate that it's my best flexible rate. I want to advise what it's for, so what category of accommodation, and potentially what season it's for as well. So what I'm going to do is say be FR for best flexible rate. Then I'm going to say for my powered sites, and then I'm going to say for my low season, 22. When creating a rate that needs to be different on different days of the week, we need to use our base price calculation drop-down options and select repeat for days of week. Once we do this, you'll notice that the section below will reload and you'll see Monday through to Sunday. All you then need to do is start placing in your pricing into each box based on the day that it's for. If it's higher on a weekend, increase the pricing here and then drop it back when it goes down again. The best thing about this is that you can also say that on your weekends you specifically would like to have a 2-night minimum. So on my Friday and Saturday nights, I'm going to say that we require a 2-night minimum, but any other night is 1 night stay. To specify what occupants are included in the nightly cost here, over on the right we can advise if this is specifically for adults, children, infants or animals. If we want to say that this is for any 2 persons, we can say that we're happy to combine the included occupants as yes and simply set that at 2. Once we've done our pricing and our inclusions, we can then head down to our rate additional occupant pricing, where we set exactly how much we charge for any additional occupants above 2. So a third adult would be $10, a child will be $8, and a infant and animal will essentially be free. To ensure that we are requesting a deposit from our guests when they make the booking, we can then click on our deposit rule option. We can either add a manual one in, but as per the basic rate setup video, we recommend creating booking rule templates, which allow you to select what the default rules are for that particular rate. So I'm going to say low/mid-season deposit rule. If there's nothing else that I need to action, all I really need to do is save that rate. Now, if I want to go and quickly create my rate for my mid-season for my powered sites, I can then simply duplicate this rate. I'm going to update the name and pop in here that it's mid. I'm going to increase the price slightly on each day of the week. And then on the weekend, again, it's just going to go up a little bit more as well. And on here, back down to 25. If the inclusions for occupants remain the same, we simply leave these as is. Cross-check that the deposit rule we've selected is also correct, and if there's nothing left to change, we simply save. Now that we've created our rates, the fourth and final step is to apply those together. To do so, simply head to the bottom right corner of this page and select the Add Applied button. This is then going to bring us to the Add Applied Rate page. This is where we tie all of the previous areas together so that our staff can start to make bookings for guests. So the first one is our rate type, so we're selecting best flexible. You'll notice that because I've applied it from the rate screen, it's actually pulled through my mid-season rate, so we can leave that one here. On the right, we then have our category selection. So I know by the rate name that it's for my powered site. So I'm going to select that here. And I also know by the name of the rate that it's my mid-season price. So I'm going to select my mid-season rate. Now that I've successfully filled in these 4 areas, all I need to do now is select Save Another, and that's because I also want to create a applied rate for the low season. So Save Another will save this one, reload the page for me, so that I can then select my best flexible rate for that low season. So removing this one, I can use my search option here to locate my best flexible rate, selecting the low season pricing, and then over on the rate period section, removing mid, clicking into here, and then selecting low. Now that those are all the rates I need to do, I'm just going to press save. And to cross-check the work that I've done, I can then head to my menu search and open my rates chart. So when I click into here, this gives us a visual representation of what we've just completed. You can see my category of accommodation for powered sites. You can see best flexible rate here. You can see the pricing that changes based on the day of the week that it is. So $20 on a Thursday, $25 on the Friday and Saturday. And we can see by the pinky purple color that it's our low season pricing. If I jump forward to November, you can then see the color change, which is reflecting a change in our rate period. So it goes into our mid-season, and we can see that the pricing automatically jumps up again, and it's higher again on the Friday and Saturday. That does bring us to the end of our video tutorial today. For any additional assistance in setting this feature up, or for any other frequently asked questions, remember to simply click onto the question mark icon in the top right corner to check out our helpful knowledge base for detailed step-by-step guides and free video tutorials.